Everybody. I would now invite Susan Hall to the lectern to speak.
Thank you. I'd like to congratulate all my fellow mayoral candidates and congratulate Sadiq on his victory. Spending a year campaigning for this election has been an honour and a privilege. I have loved speaking to Londoners about the things that matter to them. The thing that matters to them most, and to me, is reforming the Met and making London safe again. I hope Sadiq makes this his top priority.
Well, there you go. This is GB News Originals. I'm Emily Carver. Please do give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And do leave a comment. Let me know what you think.
He owes it to the families of those 1,000 people who have lost lives to knife crime under his mayoralty. And I hope too that he stops patronising people like me who care. This isn't an episode of The Wire. This is real life on his watch. I will continue to hold Sadiq to account, to stand up for the hard-working families, to motorists and to women. I love London, and I urge Sadiq to try harder to make it better for all our sakes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to the Mayor of London for his speech. Thank you, Susan, for your speech.
Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, London.
Go and kill London! Go and kill London!
Can you please? Sadiq, just pause there, please. The security will remove people who disrupt the speech. I made it very clear beforehand that that was not to happen.
Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, London. It's the honour of my life to serve the city that I love, and I'm beyond humbled right now. I want to express my deep gratitude to my fellow Londoners and make this pledge to you. I promise to repay the trust you've placed in me by working tirelessly to deliver the fairer, safer and greener London you deserve. It's been a difficult few months. We faced a campaign of non-stop negativity, but I couldn't be more proud that we answered fear-mongering with facts, hate with hope, and attempts to divide with efforts to unite. We ran a campaign that was in keeping with the spirit and values of this great city. A city that regards our diversity not as a weakness, but an almighty strength. And one that rejects right, hard-wing populism and looks forward, not back. It's truly an honour to be re-elected for a third term. And to do so with record levels of support from Londoners, with an increased margin of victory. But today's not about making history. It's about shaping our future. A future where our children can be nourished with free school meals and breathe cleaner air, where all Londoners are given the support and helping hand they need to fulfil their potential, and where our social fabric is strengthened and our diverse communities cherished and celebrated. My determination to ensure London leads from the front with world-leading green action remains as strong as ever. We've already made great strides cleaning up our air, and will continue to tackle pollution, whether it's found on our streets or in our rivers. At the same time, I pledge to have a constant focus on all the other issues that Londoners also care about. The rising cost of living, crime on our streets, homelessness, affordable housing. For the last 8 years, London has been swimming against the tide of a Tory government. And now, with a Labour Party that's ready to govern again under Keir Starmer, it's time for Rishi Sunak to give the public a choice. A general election will not just pave the path to a new direction for our country, but it will make bold action Londoners want to see a reality. I also have a message to those Londoners who didn't vote for me this week. I promise I'll always be a mayor for all Londoners, and one who takes very seriously the duty I have to represent the interests of every community. I mustn't forget to say a massive thank you to my campaign team for their hard work and dedication. You've all been brilliant. I also want to thank Keir and the Shadow Cabinet for all their support, our Assembly members and candidates, our council leaders and councillors across this great city, our volunteers, our trade unionists and Labour Party members, and the returning officer and everyone here at City Hall for ensuring Londoners could make their voices heard. A special thank you goes to my mum for everything she's done for me. I love you. And to my amazing wife, Savia, and our daughters, Anissa and Amara, for their strength and support throughout all these years. I know there have been times when this job has taken a toll on you, and that's not right or fair. Some of the stuff on social media, the protests by our home, the threats, it's upsetting, it's frightening, and it's wrong. I'm truly sorry for putting you through this. But I also know you share my belief, as hard as it can be sometimes, this work is worth doing, because it means being able to give to other families the same life-changing opportunities that this wonderful city has extended to ours. I love you all so much. My final thank you must go to my fellow Londoners, the people who make this city not only special, but the greatest city in the world. Once again, you've proved that London is a city of progress, a city of pluralism, and above all, a city of possibility, a beacon for openness, inclusion, and equality across the world. It's Londoners who inspire me every day to continue our mission of building a fairer, safer, and greener London. And in what I hope will be a year of great change, a future Labour government led by Keir Starmer working with us in City Hall will mean we can go much further and accomplish so much more, ensuring that for our capital and for our country, our brightest days are still ahead of us. Thank you.
The silent collapse of London, how the capital lost its soul and its people. London was once the crown jewel of the Western world, a global sanctuary of culture, order, and opportunity, where history breathed through every cobbled street and towering landmark. Today, a vastly different reality plays out across its boroughs. A quiet, unsettling shift has taken hold of the United Kingdom, and at the absolute epicenter of this transformation sits a capital city struggling under the weight of its own mismanagement. Welcome back to Britain Underneath, the place where we pull back the polished curtain of official statistics and look directly at the reality shaping our nation. Before we dive into the staggering new figures that have sent shockwaves through City Hall, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Supporting our work ensures we can continue bringing you fearless, independent commentary on the true state of the country, so do consider joining our growing community today. For years, the political narrative broadcast from City Hall has been one of calm assurance and unyielding progress. We are routinely told that London remains a thriving, safe metropolis, and that any visual evidence to the contrary is simply exaggerated rhetoric or digital misdirection. Yet, for millions of residents who navigate these streets every single day, the gap between official messaging and everyday experience has widened into a Grand Canyon. People are simply recording what they witness outside their front doors: degraded high streets, rising anti-social behaviour, and an overarching sense that basic civic standards have been allowed to drift away. This growing disconnect between political promises and public sentiment has finally reached a breaking point, confirmed by a landmark public opinion poll that makes for grim reading in the halls of local government. A clear majority of Londoners, 56% according to recent data, now believe it is time for a complete change in leadership at the next election, asserting that the current mayor should step aside to allow fresh governance. More revealing still is the feedback from long-term residents. Among those who have called the capital home for more than a decade, 60% state unequivocally that London has become a less desirable, more challenging place to live over the past 10 years. Just 19% feel the city has improved, while the remainder see a capital frozen in stagnation. These are not trivial numbers or minor complaints. They represent a fundamental loss of confidence from the very population that keeps the capital running. When the majority of citizens in a premier world city-state that their quality of life has noticeably degraded over a decade, it signals a systemic policy failure. The core of this public frustration lies in the handling of community safety. Over 57% of surveyed residents disapprove of how crime and public order have been managed. While official statements frequently highlight isolated metrics to paint a reassuring picture, everyday citizens are responding to the broader reality. From rampant street theft and widespread phone snatching to persistent knife crime and aggressive offences, the atmospheric loss of personal security is palpable. When a city reaches a point where ordinary working people feel hesitant to wear a basic timepiece or carry their phone openly in central districts, the social contract has broken down. Public spaces that once represented civic pride are increasingly marked by visible neglect, including informal encampments appearing in major green spaces and historic thoroughfares. London was meant to be a flagship destination for the entire country, a source of national pride where families from across the United Kingdom could enjoy a weekend away. Today, many view the capital with caution rather than admiration. This brings us to a crucial aspect of modern governance, the selective focus of our political establishment. Rather than addressing the broad-based concerns of the general public regarding everyday crime and deteriorating public spaces, political leadership often appears preoccupied with controlling public perception. Commentaries are frequently issued targeting online rhetoric, while structural, real-world issues on the ground are met with silence or minimization. Public figures who point out these systemic shortcomings are often dismissed, yet the concerns remain rooted in undeniable, daily occurrences across our communities. If you appreciate this level of deep, unfiltered political analysis, please take a breath, hit that subscribe button, and help us continue building this platform. Your support helps the channel tremendously and allows us to keep bringing you the vital insights that main outlets often overlook. This strategy of managing public perception rather than fixing core policy failures is not unique to London. Across the United Kingdom, regional leaders and national figures increasingly attempt to dictate how citizens should perceive their own environments, framing public dissatisfaction as a communication problem rather than a governance breakdown. Whether the issue is local public safety, national border integrity, or regional infrastructure, the response from City Hall and beyond has consistently been to double down on PR campaigns while basic civic standards deteriorate. The political consequences of this approach are now becoming unavoidable. Power can be maintained through political coalitions and electoral demographics for a time, but ultimately, a government must deliver basic stability, safety, and prosperity to maintain its legitimacy. The latest data indicates that Londoners are increasingly exhausted by political performance that yields few tangible results on the street. As we look toward the future, the central question for the capital, and indeed for the wider country, is whether our institutions can return to core principles of public service, accountability, and pragmatic governance before the damage becomes permanent.